So I've been asked to make this video to basically explain how do you actually hand out a how to vote card. A lot of you volunteers want to help one of your favorite freedom parties or independent candidate, and you're just not sure how do I actually effectively hand out a how to vote card and compete against some of these paid volunteers for some of these other parties that are handing out how to vote cards. So at polling places for the next 2 weeks, we're in the pre-poll period where there's only 1 or 2 polling places per electorate, and then on election day there's a crap ton of polling places. And what I wanted to show you guys was just a few tactics as to how you can actually win as many votes as possible, and handing out how to vote cards effectively can make a difference. So here's a few tactics for you. First things first, your attitude. It's not easy to do this all day, so make sure you have some breaks in between, but you've got to have a great attitude as much as possible. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a bit of a dog's breakfast. People are falling all over each other at polling places, and if you don't know what I mean, you'll see very soon. But having a great attitude and separating yourself from the rest of the group is really what's going to actually allow you to hand out how to vote cards effectively. Otherwise, you're just going to be smashing your head against the rock. Being pleasant, saying, hi, how's your morning going? If you have time to say that. But then having some quick one-liners to actually say to them. And if you're unsure about these one-liners, you can talk to your candidate or the political party to ask them, what are some great policies that are short and sharp that I can say on the way to give someone a how to vote card at the polling place. For example, if you see a mother and her child and she's pushing the pram into the polling place, casually coming up to her, being very gentle and saying, hi, if you want better health care for your kid, or if you want paid childcare or something. Again, don't make it up, but get across some of these things that you can say from the political party you're campaigning with, see what their policy is on it, and say, this is what we want to do, as succinctly as possible. For example, if I see a guy that's about my age, 28 years old, walking in on his own, you're probably thinking, all right, single male, what appeals to him? Lower taxes, bring back cash. That's the sort of thing you want to be saying. And so you have to basically be, and I'm going to laugh at saying this, a master profiler. You need to read a book by its cover and look at the person and think, what is it that really is in it for them to vote for the candidate that I have on this how to vote card? If you can do that effectively, then that will actually allow you to not only get as many how to vote card handouts to people and they'll follow the card, but you can actually really shift the percentage in that seat for your candidate. There's a lot of other tactics as well. For example, not being right near the doors for the actual electoral, near where people are voting, but being further down the pathway. Getting your team together and actually saying, all right, well, how about we split up here, you go there, that sort of thing. Making sure you have breaks. These are very important things to take in consideration when doing this. And I think it's very important that when you go out there and do this, that's very important to do. Now, if you're a political party, if you're a candidate that's listening to me, have your one-liners ready to go. Get them ready to give them to your candidates, and actually give them to the volunteers as well, and say, hey, if someone wants to hand out a how to vote card, send them Joel's video, but also here are some 5 to 10 one-liners they can say to people, depending on their age, depending on what policies might appeal to them, and really give them this video to educate them on some tactics, how they can actually get the votes up. Again, this is a bit of a rush job. I just wanted you guys to have just some very simple tactics under your arm so that you can get out there. And handing out how to vote cards can be very effective, especially in pre-polling, because we only have 1 or 2 polling places open during pre-poll in the 2 weeks before the election. But on election day, it's nuts. There's like 50 polling booths per electorate. It's crazy. So I'll leave that with you guys. I hope this video helps you very much, and I'll have some other ones coming out soon. I'll see you later.
Authorised by Joel Jamal, Turning Point Australia, Sydney.